Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, while you guys are coming in the room, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, family, so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Let's go. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the family. We here, family. We are here. We are in the building. Shout out to the family. Salute to the family. We in the building. Yes, indeed. We here. While you guys are coming in the room, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, family, so you can be notified whenever we go live. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the building. Yes, indeed. We have a lot of things that we need to discuss on this evening. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. We in the building. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. First things first, family, we have to go over Jeff Metcalf latest interview. And we gonna go over these alleged text messages that got everybody around here running wild, running crazy. A lot of people backpedaling on their support of Karmelo Anthony. But we gonna break it down, family. We gonna discuss it. We gonna discuss all of this stuff. And for the people that's backing out of supporting Karmelo Anthony, and a lot of these people haven't even seen no text message, family. A lot of black people that's out here saying that I'm no longer supporting Karmelo Anthony. You never supported Karmelo Anthony. Maybe you was doing it just for clout, or you thought it was a trend. That's probably why you was supporting Karmelo Anthony. But I'm standing 10 toes down behind my brother. And I know what the system does when they want to paint young black men in a particular light, like they doing right now, right? Because I find it very convenient to all of a sudden come out with text messages talking about he don't like black people this, he don't like gay people, because, you know, Austin Metcalf's background was exposed for being a white supremacist Neanderthal, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. We are in the building. Make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to the family. I see y'all in the building. I see the family in the building. We here. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Yep. We still supporting Karmelo Anthony. We still standing 10 toes down. The fight is not over. The fight is not over. Somebody said it was a text about him saying something about black women. Nobody seen a text about him saying anything about black women. Y'all haven't seen no text messages about that. Have you seen the text messages, anybody? No, you didn't see no text messages about anything. But we gonna go over that, family. We gonna go over that. We gonna go over all this imaginary text messages that everybody talking about that they seen. See, a lot of y'all just hearing shit, and you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen no proof. But this what the prosecutor did. This is what the prosecutor want to happen. Want black people to divide and, you know, want to divide and conquer by saying Karmelo said this about black women. He said this about black people and Mexican people and gay people and all this stuff. Come on now, I ain't going for none of that. Shout out to Stacks coming in with the $2 super chat. We must stay on code. FBA forever. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for being here with me on this evening. We got work to do, family. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here right now. It's about to be an amazing show on this evening. We got a lot of cooking to do. Shout out to the family. So, family, before we get into the Karmelo Anthony's case, this video right here went viral, right? A 16-year-old was charged with assault and disorderly conduct after tackling a player during a middle school football game Tuesday night. The News Channel 5 reported Aaron, she was defending her younger brother, ladies and gentlemen. And this ties into the Karmelo Anthony situation, right? Because when Austin Metcalf came into that stadium, he didn't sit down. He didn't mind his business, right? He wasn't there to be the leader of the tent. He came to that stadium to bully somebody, right? And he paid the ultimate price. But I want you guys to watch this white devil attack this black player on the field, right? She ran out of the bleachers and assaulted this young child. Look at this, family. Look at this.
16-year-old Addison Honeycutt tackled a player Tuesday night at a football game in Winchester.
I was not just going after this kid just to go after him, because that was not my intention at all.
Addison says she was watching her brother get targeted.
Seeing what they were doing to him and nobody stopping it, that kind of made me like the last choice of, okay, somebody has to stop this.
She says another player grabbed her brother's face mask and slung him around several times.
Man, this is how I know y'all community is very dumb, because this is very common in football. I play football. Small fights like this happen. People punch each other, you know, do a lot of face mask pulling, flipping people on the ground. This is very common, man. But the anti-black racism inside of you force you to go on that field and target our young brother.
When she saw him hit in the ribs, she'd had enough.
That's when I started to be like, no, I'm done watching this.
Her mother, Elizabeth Chumbley, was watching too.
So I'm seeing my son on the ground being attacked.
This wasn't just a football play.
That is a football play, ma'am. If your son a sucker and he a buster, you need to put him in another sport, man. How about tennis? How about lacrosse, right? Put him in golf or something. Football is a physical sport. Fights happen. Punches happen. Things happen on the field, ma'am.
This was him on the ground being physically attacked by this other player.
16-year-old
Look at
Addison
her.
Honeycutt
Look at
tackled a
her.
player Tuesday night at a football game.
She couldn't control herself, right? They was out there playing football. They wasn't out there trying to harm your brother or nothing like that. But you such an anti-black racist, right? And you have that Neanderthal DNA. It forced you to go out there and attack that brother. Like, stop the cap, ma'am. This is football. This is not Disneyland.
in Winchester.
I was not just going after this kid just to go after him.
Yes, you
because
was.
that was not my intention at all.
Addison
it was.
says she was watching her brother get targeted.
Seeing what they were doing to him and nobody stopping it.
And this is what I'm saying, family. This ties into the Karmelo Anthony situation, right? If Austin Metcalf wanted Karmelo Anthony out of the tent, he could have went and got an adult. The referees is standing right there. If the referee thought it was getting out of hand, he would have broke it up. Coaches would have ran on the field. But what did this white girl do? Right? What did this white devil do? She ran her ass on that field and assaulted this young brother, right? Because he was kicking the shit out of her brother on the field. He was doing a football play. And this is what I'm saying. These people always want to cry victim. She's the victim now. When she went out there on that field and got and assaulted that young man, that young child. But she want to sit up her and her mama talking about my son was getting attacked. No, ma'am, this is football. This is football. They not out there playing patty cake. No coaches ran on the field. The referee didn't stop the play. Adults, no assistant coaches, position coaches, nobody ran on the field. But you decided to run on the field and assault that boy.
I was very angry. And so that kind of, when I get angry, it kind of blinds, like my brain goes blank.
She said, when I get angry, my mind goes blank. That sounds like Austin Metcalf. That sounds like Austin Metcalf, right? When he gets mad, he just blank out and he want to physically remove our brother Karmelo Anthony out of that tent instead of sitting his ass down and being this so-called leader that the coach told him to be. But ever since his background came out, right, about him being an anti-black racist, a criminal, a thug, a animal, an abuser, it all makes sense why he assaulted and they jumped Karmelo Anthony. This is in their DNA, family. This is their nature. This is their lineage. Instead of y'all going to get a coach, you took it upon yourself to go out there on that field and assault somebody else's child. You lucky there wasn't my little brother out there or somebody on my family. You could have went and got a security, a coach. You could have called on anybody. Anybody. But you went out there yourself and put your hands on that boy. And this woman want to play victim. See, family, they always want to cry foul when we respond to their violent behavior. Because these people are very violent. Right? They want to portray that black people are they are the most violent people in this country. Is in their nature. You heard this girl. She said, I just black out. I just black out.
When it comes to like what I'm about to do, I remember doing it, and I know that I did it, but at that moment in time, it was kind of just like I didn't really know what I was doing until I did it.
No, you knew exactly what you was doing, young lady. You knew what you was doing. You knew what you were doing. You seen those black boys jumping on your brother out there on that field, and that anti-black racist got inside of you, and it compelled you to go on that field and put your hands on that child. And you trying to sit on this news network and trying to play victim. like most of these white girls and white women are trying to do, as we see in the Lindsay case. All of these white women are defending a baby unaliver. These people support violence. They support degeneracy. They support criminals. That's why they support Austin. After coming out and finding out that Austin was arrested in elementary school for assault and battery and racism, right? Knowing that he choked his mother and recorded it, beat up his father, beat up his parents and recorded it, these people still supporting him. That's why I don't listen to nothing that they got to say about crime and black on. These people love crime. They support crime.
You really felt like, you just really didn't have a choice. And
now you heard the mother, right? The mother, that's why I said, the mother said, you feel like that you didn't have any other choice. Now, she had a choice. She could have sat down and mind her damn business and not put your hands on somebody as child doing a football play. Football is physical touch, physical actions. Things happen. This has nothing to do with a football play, ma'am. This has everything to do with your anti-black racism. And you see that the mother is condoning this behavior, just like Megan Metcalf did. When Megan came out and tried to defend Hunter and Austin regarding the cheerleader that came forward saying that, hey, I was verbally abused by Hunter and Austin. What did Megan say? Hey, that's how they get. That's how Hunter gets sometimes. That's how Austin gets sometimes. She didn't condemn their behavior at all. Not once. Even Jeff coming out doing all these interviews, not once have he said, I condemn what my son did to those young black girls by punching them in the stomach and hurting their shoulders, calling teachers the B word, because Austin got victims, family. Austin and Hunter got real victims. There's no victims of Karmelo Anthony. There's no victims. It's just a bunch of he say, she say text message that's out of context. And that's what y'all running with. And you hear the mother right here condoning this devil behavior.
Seeing what they were doing to him and nobody stopping it, that kind of made me like the last choice of, okay, somebody has to stop this.
She said she didn't see nobody break up the fight that was going on the football field. So she had to take it upon herself, right? Because she feel like she got the privilege. She got the authority to go out there and put her hands, right? Not even knowing that this is against the law, right? This is assault. She got charged with assault for going out there and putting her hands on somebody else's child. But she said she didn't see nobody else break this fight up on the field. So she had to go do it because she feel like she's an authoritarian figure, just like Austin did. Austin didn't want to go get nobody to remove Karmelo. He wanted to take upon himself to remove Karmelo. And that's why he in hell right now burning next to Charlie Kirk. Right? This is these people behavior. Pattern recognition. That's their favorite word, right? Ain't this y'all favorite word? Pattern recognition. She said nobody else wanted to break it up, family. So I had to do it. Damn the security, damn the coaches, damn the ref that's on the field that's watching the game. Because the coaches came to the field after they seen her go out there and push that child to the ground. But of course, they are going to defend her behavior.
Animals love their child or family, yet feel no empathy when your child or family gets hurt or murdered. They're not heartless. They're just animals. Xenoapathetic. Lack of empathy towards anyone different than them. Don't look down on animals. Look how far they've come genetically. Aw. You learn how to walk upright and using your opposable thumb. Aw. You learn how to bathe and use soap so you don't smell like a wet dog 24/7. Aw. Next, you can learn empathy for your fellow woman and man. You new Homo sapien, you. Ibrahim Asim, TikTok, Instagram, fuel for the body.
And by the way, this 16-year-old girl, she was charged with assault, right? With assaulting a middle school black boy who was defeating her little brother football team 35-0, right? Addison stated that I blacked out. When I get angry, it kind of blinds me. My brain goes blank when it comes to what I'm about to do. Sound like the Lindsay case, right? The Lindsay that's trying to play crazy, that unalived her 3 babies, right? It sounds like her case. And all those white women that's out here trying to defend her, right? These people love crime. These people are the biggest degenerates in this goddamn country. But that's why they got to point the blame over to black people. That's why.
I just spoke to at the university. You want me to speak at yours? DM me also. If you want my chef has to cook for you, I'll speak life to you about self.
Let's go back and look at this fight again. Look at her. Look at her, family. Look at her. Assaulting this boy. All these coaches, look at this. Look at this animal. All of these coaches and adults are on the field. But this woman thinks she's above the law. Exactly. She thinks she's above the law. The refs are standing right there. Everybody see what's going on. This football, this is normal. But she don't care nothing about that. But I guarantee you, she would never did that to a white boy. She would never did that to no white boy, family. No, hell no. She would never did that to no white boy. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. While you guys are in the building, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, family, so you could be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm surprised they even charged her, to be honest. I'm surprised they even charged her, right? Because the nerve of her to get out of her seat and go to that field and jump on that boy like this. But ain't nobody going to talk about it. But I had to make sure that I highlighted that devil. So, family, ever since Karmelo Anthony request for a retrial got denied, here come Austin Metcalf again, right? Austin Metcalf always doing these interviews, right? He's always coming out doing these interviews, but, you know, he's a grieving father and, you know, he's starting a foundation on the behalf of Austin's name. And again, family, I like to point this out. He's always by himself. Nobody is never around him. No girlfriend, no wife, Megan, nobody in the Metcalf family, Hunter. Nobody is never around him. He's always by himself. Why is it that Jeff don't have a support system? Why is it? Jeff, allegedly, did you beat Megan that much to the point where she don't even want to be seen with you, Jeff? Did you do that woman so dirty to the point where she's not even a part of this foundation that you are starting on the behalf of your dead son's name? Why Megan is not a part of this? That's very interesting to me, family. Let's get into the video.
I rubbed my fingers through his hair. I said, son, it's not goodbye. Let's see you later.
This morning, the anguished father of...
Yeah, it's see you later, because you're going to be burning in here right next to him.
Let's see you later.
This morning, the anguished father of Austin Metcalf, the Texas teen stabbed to death at a high school track meet, is speaking out for the first time since a judge over the weekend refused to grant convicted murderer Karmelo Anthony a new trial.
This case was really never about guilt or innocence. It was about how long you're going to do.
Anthony, who is now 19.
No, it was about guilt and innocence. And Karmelo Anthony is innocent, sir. He is innocent. He innocent. But the fight ain't over, Jeff. Don't gloat too hard now. Right? Don't smell yourself too hard, because we working. Right? Karmelo Anthony's attorney team, they are working. They playing chess. While y'all out here celebrating about him being denied a new trial, oh, Karmelo Anthony team got something up their sleeve.
Was sentenced to 35 years in prison for fatally stabbing Metcalf during a quick and heated confrontation in April 2025 over Anthony's refusal to leave a tent that belonged to Metcalf's team.
Did you get justice?
No. There's no such thing. I got handed a life sentence.
Good.
You got handed a life sentence.
Good.
So did Megan. So did Hunter.
Good.
So did everybody else in my family and her family.
That's good. Y'all deserve that. Y'all deserve that because of what y'all raised. Y'all deserve that because you didn't do nothing about this boy, because this started when he was a child, Jeff. All of these things that's coming out about Austin, this started when he was in elementary school catching charges. See, y'all can cry about Karmelo Anthony all day long. He don't have a criminal record, right? He wasn't on a 1-year probation for punching a young black girl in school, being arrested for racist graffiti, beating up on little girls, beating up on his friends, beating up on Eddie, right? The same guy that took the stand and talking about he ain't know Karmelo Anthony, Austin and Hunter put hands and feet on him too. As you guys read in the affidavit that I show you guys all the time, all of them was singing a different tune on the day of this incident, and they did not know that they was being recorded on body cam footage saying, hey, the same way that Austin got with Karmelo was the same way that he got with us. Right? Because they thought we were just making this up. We was like, yeah, he's a bully. He's a violent thug. He's a racist piece of shit. We always saying this since day one. Before the information even came out, family, we already knew what this was. But now that is on black and white, it's documented that he was a criminal. He was a thug. He was a white supremacist. He was a part of the Klan. It all makes sense now. And you should be upset at yourself. You and Megan are the two worst parents ever. How in the hell do you got an elementary child being arrested for racist graffiti and beating up on little girls?
We don't ever get to see Austin again.
Good.
We don't get to talk to him. We don't get to hug him. This guy, it's a tragedy that he has to be in prison. I feel sorry for him. Just due to the fact that his life is pretty much ruined. No,
his life not ruined. His life not ruined. He gonna be, if Karmelo do the whole 35 years, he gonna be out when he about late 30s, early 40s. He's still gonna be alive. He's still gonna be alive. And that's just like the worst case scenario, right? Because I believe his attorney team is gonna, get him out of jail sooner than later, right? Sooner than later. So I want y'all to be celebrating this loss, right? Y'all think that we lost. I want you guys to really pay attention to what his attorney teams is about to do, right? Because a lot of people think it's just over because you got denied a retrial. No, it ain't over. It's a smart move that they did that. That's exactly what the attorneys really wanted. And they expected that, by the way.
I don't feel sorry for what he did, though. He needs to be held accountable.
Notoriety about the killing spread beyond Texas, due in no small part to social media posts that amplified elements of the case involving race. There were no black jurors, and critics questioned whether Anthony received a fair trial.
Do you have a sense of why some people can't accept that they believe Karmelo Anthony did not get a fair trial?
Sure. There are people in this world that will believe whatever they're told.
Jeff, you was the same person that said everything that was being said about your son was a lie. That's what you said. You said everything that people is saying about your son being a bully, a racist, a thug was a lie. So what you got to say about that now, Jeff? Huh? Is we still a lie? And we know that he didn't get a fair trial because of this gentleman agreement, right? And all the prosecution had was fake text messages, no proof about none of this, by the way, no criminal record, no criminal history on Karmelo Anthony. Text message out of context, not showing you the whole transcript. But you know what we got on your son? Police records, school records, probation records. Yeah, that's what we got on your son.
Follow. They're sheep.
Can I ask you about the racial element of the case?
Sure.
How did it get that way?
It's real simple. The other side decided to bring it up.
He said it started when he was asked to leave a...
Hold on, wait a minute. What did he... Hold on, wait a minute.
Sure.
How did it get that way?
Hold on, let's go back.
In this world that will believe whatever they're told. They follow. They're sheep.
Are we sheep?
Can I ask you about the racial element of the case?
He said, can he ask him about the racial element of the case? Listen to what this fool said.
Sure.
How did it get that way?
It's real simple. The other side decided to bring it up.
The other side decided to bring it up. The other side decided to bring it up. No, Jeff. You brought it up, Jeff. You brought it up. Once that gag order was lifted, what was the first thing that you said, Jeff, when you got on the internet? N-word this, N-word that. We were slaves. Karmelo a watermelon felon. And by the way, Jeff, can you, since we know that Austin was, putting hands and feet on you and Megan, can you be honest about how you got this shoulder injury right here, Jeff? Can you finally come out and be honest for once in your life and tell us that Austin kicked the shit out of you and almost broke your arm and ripped it off? So you should thank Karmelo Anthony for what he did, right? He took the trash out. He made sure that you and Megan will no longer get y'all ass kicked in y'all house. You should thank Karmelo, but can you be honest for one? You are a racist piece of shit, and you taught that to your sons, and that's why he in the dirt. That's why, because of you.
Said it started when he was asked to leave a press conference by Anthony's parents.
Look at this. Look at this arm brace that he got on his arm, family. Look at this. Look at this. Yes, Alexis said Jeff is 6,100 years old. That's what I'm saying. This man, 61 years old, looking like that. Austin is the reason why he in this slingshot, but he don't want to be honest about it. But it already came out, Jeff, that he choked Megan. This is how degenerate your son is, Jeff. Austin was kicking y'all ass in that house. That's probably why you was no longer in that home anymore. And he got it from you. He saw you allegedly. I don't know. I'm not stating this as a matter of fact. I believe, in my opinion, that he saw you putting your hands on Megan, and he went to school and demonstrated that on other students. He saw the way you was treating his mother, and he grew up and he kicked your ass for that. And that's why you had to get out of that house, because you could no longer deal with that boy. You could no longer deal with that boy. So you had to say, you know what? I got to get away from these motherfuckers. I got to go. I can't control them. I can't do nothing with them. I got to go. These boys are out of hand.
After his son's murder.
He was not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family.
I think that day is when race was really entered into it. Because till that point, I never looked at it as a black and white thing. It was a right and wrong thing. That's all. Whoever did it, my first question was, one, where's his parents? How was he raised? Why did this happen? Not, oh, he's black, he must be guilty.
You should be the last person to even try to find out who's his parents, how was he raised. You should be the last person to question anybody parenting skills, sir. You have no right to ask nobody what type of parent they is and how they raise their kids when you raise two white supremacist devils that was getting arrested since they was in elementary school. Jeff, what type of father is you? What type of father is you? You had no structure in your home. And Megan saw you as a sucker, as a punk. And that's the reason why she signed those divorce papers. She said, how are you going to be my husband and the leader of this home when you can't even control our own sons just kicking your ass up and down this goddamn hallway at the house? How I'm going to call you a leader of this family when you can't even discipline and control our own children? So Megan said, you know what, Jeff, you got to get your ass up out of here. You got to get up out of here. I just deal with the ass kickings on my own. I'll just deal with the ass kickings on my own, because you can't damn sure do nothing, because as you guys see right here, family, in the transcript, the Metcalf twins were also accused of choking their mother. And not only that, family, they recorded it. This is how demonic these boys was. They recorded themselves smacking up Megan, choking her out, breaking Jeff's arm. They tried to hear him and get the other one, but they let him live. They let him get away. They said, look, Jeff, this the deal. I'm going to break this arm, okay? See, I'm the captain now. This is my ship. I run this. This is my house. You are no longer the leader of this house. We are. Me and Hunter. We are the captain now. You got to roll. You either going to stay in this house and abide by our rules because we run shit, or you going to get the hell up out of here. And what did Jeff do? He got the hell up out of there. And now he want to act like he's some grieving father that care about his sons. And now you want to get out here and start a foundation, and you want to teach other children about impulse control, emotional control. Teach us how can we rehab our shoulder. That's what you can teach us, Jeff. Teach us how fast that you rehabbed your shoulder after Austin almost tore that mother effer apart. Yeah, what type of exercises did you do, Jeff, to get your shoulder back? Huh? Yeah, teach us that. Teach us the routine that you had to do after Hunter and Austin put their feet up your ass.
It never even crossed my mind. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I don't see color.
He don't see color.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, what the fuck, man?
Bro, it's always the racists talking about they don't see color, family. Like, it's nothing wrong with seeing color. It's nothing wrong with seeing color. We see color. It's always the racists that say that they don't see color. What's wrong with it? We know that we are different races. It's all about respect, Jeff. You don't have respect for black people, right? Because it's already out that you are a racist. This is how I know, like, these people are very dumb, very low IQ. These people are very stupid. Jeff, we got you on camera saying the N-word to a black woman. You forgot, Jeff? Are you this goddamn stupid?
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Your son spray painted the Triple K unalive all black people. Jeff, that was your son. Like, what you talking about? You don't see race. You taught this to your sons. Since day one, they was raised. Metcalf and his brother Hunter were once caught spray painting graffiti. You remember, family? When the affidavit first dropped, we didn't know what the graffiti was. They didn't tell us. They didn't release it. Now we know exactly what they spray painted. They spray painted Triple K unalive all blacks, right? They didn't spray paint let's have a happy day. They didn't spray paint rainbows and Skittles. No, they spray painted unalive all blacks, the Triple K, and Hail Hitler, along with the N-word, and were sentenced to 12 months of juvenile probation, Jeff. That's your sons, right? Your flesh and blood. You just didn't think that all of this was going to get out because they told you about the gentleman's agreement. Yeah, they said, look, Jeff, listen to me, Jeff. We're going to put this gag order in place because we know you are a low IQ degenerate and you can't keep your mouth closed. We got a gentleman's agreement with Karmelo Anthony's defense team. We're going to keep all this racist shit under wraps. That's why you tried to come to the press conference thinking that none of this was going to get out. Your background wasn't going to get out. You a criminal too, Jeff. You went to jail. Yeah. You a criminal too. Yeah, the apple don't fall from the tree. See, you thought this gentleman agreement wasn't going to get out. And now we know. It all makes sense now. The reason why your son is no longer here.
At trial, prosecutors and defense attorneys made a secret deal to focus on what happened under that tent and exclude evidence about Anthony and Metcalf's character or past behavior.
We're not going to drag stuff from what they did in fourth grade. We're not going to drag stuff from this guy's character because at the end of the day, it's real simple. They had 20 pages on my boys. I read it. They had 75 pages on Karmelo.
Okay, so he want to say, let's not bring up the boys' background, Austin background, and Karmelo background, but they had 20 pages on my boy and 75 pages on Karmelo Anthony. See, here's the difference, right, about this 75 pages on Karmelo Anthony. All of it was hearsay, Jeff. That's the difference. There wasn't no facts. The prosecution didn't bring no text messages to the court. We're going to go over it, family. We're going to go over these alleged text messages in 75 pages of fake shit that they doctor up. A lot of text messages that was out of context if this was real. See, out of those 75 pages, Jeff, let me inform you of something, right? Karmelo never got arrested. He don't have a criminal background. He wasn't on a 12-month probation. He did get caught spray painting racist graffiti on somebody's property. Your sons went to jail. Your sons got booked and processed, and they got a juvenile record, Jeff. There's no victims of Karmelo Anthony. Nobody was coming to court and saying that they are victims of Karmelo Anthony, right? Nobody. So this 75 pages, y'all can shove that 75 pages up your ass. See, your son got victims, Jeff. He punched little girls. He hurt little girls. He beat your ass and Megan's ass. He cussed out teachers. He got banned from basketball games, football games. Yeah, this is your son 20-page record. All that 70-page bullshit they got on Karmelo Anthony, all of that was alleged. See, we can look up what your son did. It's public records. Shout out to Diva coming in with the $2 super chat. Word a little safer without those almond kids. Amen to that, sister. Amen to that. Shout out to you, Diva, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Listen to this coward.
Stuff from this guy's character, because at the end of the day, it's real simple. They had 20 pages on my boys.
And those 20 pages was vicious. Those 20 pages was arrest records. Those 20 pages was racist graffiti, probation, getting locked up, kicking folks' ass, beating up little girls. Why you can't say you apologize to the family of those innocent young black girls that your sons beat up, Jeff? Why y'all always in defense mode? Why you won't hold your son accountable and just be honest? He's dead, Jeff. He's never coming back. Why you just won't take the opportunity to be a bigger person and say, you know what? I failed my son. I'm the reason why my son is no longer here, because I lacked a lot of leadership and masculinity as a man, as a father. I failed my sons as a father. I failed my family as a husband. I believe that'll help you, live a more prosperous life, Jeff, because you just coming up here being in denial is not going to help you. Your sons are criminals. And they are white supremacists, just like you. No, none of these text messages that people are going around on the internet crying about has been proven. Y'all have not seen no text messages about anything that Karmelo Anthony have said. Y'all just listen to a bunch of creators on YouTube telling you what Karmelo said. The prosecutor couldn't even present facts about text messages.
I read it. It had 75 pages on Karmelo. I read that. If it would have came out in court, I think he would have got more.
After the verdict, Jeff Metcalf appeared on a podcast where he used racially charged language and disparaged Anthony's family.
What was that about?
1, yes, I said it. 2, I own it. I'm not backing away from it. If you listen to the 10 seconds before the clip and you get the context, because I'll repeat it for everybody right now.
So it's all about context now. It's all about context. Now everything is about context now. See, every time somebody bring up his racist background and him saying racist things to the Anthony's family, now we took it out of context. No, we didn't, Jeff. We covered this on this platform numerous of times. We heard you loud and clear. You called a black person a N-word. You called Karmelo Anthony a watermelon felon. You called Karmelo Anthony's mother a B-word. The same thing that Austin did with his teachers. The exact same thing that you called Karmelo Anthony's mother was the exact same thing that your sons called their teachers. Your sons was menace. There was a menace. There was maniacs at schools Those teachers hated your sons. But when we talk about Karmelo Anthony's text messages being read out of context, a lot of information is being withheld from us regarding those alleged text messages. Now, all of a sudden, we need to, understand that when I call a black woman an N-word in Carmelo Anthony family racist slurs, it was out of context.
I'm not racist.
Stop the cap.
Hold on.
No bullshit.
Hold on, family. I know that he did not just say that, family. I know he did not just say that.
And you get the context, because I'll repeat it for everybody right now. I'm not racist.
Do y'all believe that, family? Do y'all believe that Austin Metcalf, father Jeff Metcalf, is not a racist, right? He called a black woman the N-word when she said, Jeff, you are a racist. He said, you effing N-word this, you effing N-word that, right? He said it countless of times, right? He was very confident about that. That was the first thing that he did once that gag order was released, family, was go on a rant on TikTok and call black people the N-word, call Carmelo Anthony a watermelon felon, call his mother a B-word, say that Drew is an alcoholic. All of this. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not a racist. This is why, again, I don't take people like this serious. I don't take these Neanderthals serious. I don't take these YT people serious when they talk about violence and, being a victim. They always play the victim. They always play the victim. They are the biggest victims in this goddamn nation. Family, do you know that Lindsley Laley, that baby unaliver, right? I hope she get the death penalty for what she did to those babies. Do you know that the YT community is out here saying that the system failed her? The system failed her. This woman decided to unalive all 3 of her babies. And nobody is supporting these babies, by the way. I had to do a live stream on it yesterday to advocate for those innocent babies that lost their lives, because the YT community is not. What the YT community is doing is raising over $1 million for this unaliver, this cold-blooded unaliver that was in her right state of mind when she went to child after child after child, and then she tried to throw herself out of the window to take the easy way out. But God said, absolutely not, ma'am. You are going to face the consequences of your actions. And not only that, you're going to be paralyzed from the waist down for the rest of your life. These people are supporting a criminal. This is what they do. They cry about the system. Now it's the system that failed her. But when black people talk about the anti-black racism in this country, the system that fails black people, fail our children, it's all we victims. We victims now. Y'all need to stop crying and stop being a victim. But this woman can unalive all 3 of her innocent little babies, and y'all saying the system failed her?
Let me make something up that is racist, and I bet you it will go viral.
Oh, he said, let me make up something that is racist, and I'm going to make it go viral. You thought that was the smart thing to do, even though we know you just lying. See, this is why you look like you 9,000 years old, Jeff, because you lie so goddamn much. Why you just won't stand on it, sir? We heard what you said, Jeff. You are a racist. Your sons was arrested for racist graffiti. They are racist. The Metcalf family are racist. The cat is out of the bag, Jeff. The cat is out of the bag. Now he's talking about, it was a experiment. Let me make something up and let me say some racist shit, and then I'm gonna go viral. Why do that? What sense does that make? Why would I want to go viral out of saying some racist stuff if I'm not a racist? That's dumb. That's dumb. That don't make no sense. You stupid.
Everybody right now, I'm not racist. Let me make something up that is racist, and I bet you it will go viral on the internet.
This is crazy.
Social media experiment. I'm not going to apologize for anything, but
He said, I'm not going to apologize for anything. It was a social media experiment, family. And this is why I have no sympathy for him. This is why I have no sympathy for, I never had sympathy for Austin. Austin deserved to be in the dirt where he at right now, getting ate up by maggots. But family, are you seeing what we are dealing with right now, family? This guy said he's not going to apologize about what he said about Austin, right? He's not going to apologize. And the only reason why he said those racist remarks is because it was a social experiment. Oh my God, Jeff. Let me just give you a little bit of advice. I really don't care nothing about you, Jeff. I hope the worst for you and your whole entire family, your whole entire bloodline can burn in hell. All of I care. You are a racist, Jeff. You are a low-life piece of shit. Okay, and you know that. Look at you. Nobody supports you. Nobody care about you. Nobody is supporting this foundation that you are doing for Austin. It's just a grift, so you won't have to go back to work, Jeff. Go get a job. McDonald's is hiring. Win this Taco Bell. Somebody will hire you, right? You are a racist, Jeff. Okay, this wasn't no social experiment. Do you think we stupid, Jeff? Do you think the elite class of black people that's over here on this platform is going to fall for this ignorant statement that you just made, talking about that this was a social experiment, right? That's the best that you can. Who is this guy PR team, family? Who is Jeff Metcalf? Jeff Metcalf PR team. Can you please shoot me an email? I would like to see what school you graduated from. What's your IQ level? Do you got a high school diploma? Did you graduate from middle school, elementary? Who told him to come out here and say this? Jeff was at home trying to think of an excuse to come up with, family. He's like, damn, I know I'm gonna have to face, the consequences about what I said about using the N-word, and while I'm in the feeling, what's the dumbest thing that I can possibly come up with that the audience and the public will agree with me on? Oh, you know what? Let me say that this was a social experiment. That's a good one. Yeah, that'll get him right there. Let's go. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for another interview.
the experiment. I'm not going to apologize for anything, but was it my finest moment? No.
16 months after Austin was killed, his father says faith keeps him from being consumed by anger.
Forgave him the first day it happened.
For real?
Said it in an interview. Had to. If I didn't, I'd be eaten up. I'd be angry.
You already eating up. Life is already kicking your ass, Jeff. That's why you look the way you look. You're fat, you broke, you're dusty, you're ugly. Megan don't like you. No women like you. Nobody want to sleep with you. You just miserable over there on that house. And you trying to become famous. You a Charlie Kirk supporter. I played the video of him praising Charlie Kirk. And this is your destiny for the rest of your life, Jeff. Racism and evilness and being a hateful person, it aids you, especially you Neanderthals. Y'all age like milk, right? And the only thing that can reverse this is you being honest, Jeff. I believe that you can live a, somewhat of a good life if you just be honest about something for once. Why you can't say I condemn what my son did? Why you can't say what my son did was wrong, but you're going to say, well, my son only had 20 pages on him, right? But Karmelo had 75 pages. That's just like you saying, like, my son only raped 20 women, but this other guy raped 75 women. Your son's still a rapist. You think that make it sound better? You think that make it sound better, you idiot? You would never get Megan back talking. This is why Megan hates you, Jeff. This is why Megan hates your guts. This is why Megan didn't sleep with you the whole entire time you was married. Because you had that fat ass stomach covering up your Johnson. And then you was getting your ass kicked all through that goddamn house by your sons. You got to get it together, Jeff. You got to get in shape. You need to be out here and kiss the knee of black people. You need to apologize to us. You need to apologize to our ancestors because our ancestors is hunting you, boy. You ain't getting away from this smoke. It's not. It don't matter how many lies that you create in your head, sir. It don't matter how many lies you create in your head. You cannot run away from the ancestors. And the ancestors came down and they took care of Austin. Yeah, that's what happens when you play with us. They took out the trash. And Hunter, this should be a learning lesson for you, sir. Don't wind up like your father. Don't get knocked out like your father used to. Huh? Don't be like your father, Hunter. You're 19 years old. You can change. You can change. Get it together, Hunter. Or you're going to wind up like your father. You're going to wind up like your brother. And if you don't change, hey, that's your future.
I might go do something. I'd be looking for revenge.
You ain't going to do shit. You ain't going to do nothing.
Control my emotions. What if I found him and killed him? So for my mental health.
You ain't going to do that. You a coward. You ain't going to do nothing. You ain't going to do nothing but get slapped up like Austin did you. You ain't going to do nothing. Why you ain't do nothing when Austin had you in the headlock? Why you ain't get revenge from your sons? When your sons had you in the headlock, they had you in the chicken head, why you ain't do nothing when he slapped up Megan in the house? When he choked your wife, why you ain't do nothing, Jeff? Now you talking about, if I didn't forgive Karmelo, I would have went out there and unalived somebody. I would have went out there and got revenge. No, you wasn't. You was going to sit in that house and be a good boy like Austin taught you to do. You wasn't going to do nothing. Shut up.
What if I found him and killed him? So for my mental health, for my well-being, and for my spiritual health, I knew what I needed to do.
Could you ever envision a time where you sit with Karmelo Anthony's family and talk about it?
I don't think they would be up for that.
Absolutely not. They better not sit down and talk to you. They better not sit down and talk to you. You are the devil. Why would somebody sit down and talk to a devil and your demonic son? Why would they do that? Absolutely not.
They would have reached out to me. They would have offered some sort of condolences, some sort of remorse, some sort of accountability.
Jeff, where are the condolences to the young black girls that your sons beat up? Okay, since Jeff act like he got amnesia, family, we can go through it real quick. We're gonna finish it up, family. This is a teaching lesson for Jeff. I just want to teach Jeff something real quick, right? Jeff, your sons attacked a girl named Angela, punched her in the stomach. You said that the Anthony's family could have reached out and gave their condolences and, took some accountability. Can you take accountability for what your sons did to this girl, this young child, Angela, and punching her in the stomach? That could have damaged her for life, Jeff. That could have damaged her for life, right? She could be traumatized from this moment that your thuggerish son did to her. Let's keep going, Jeff. Your sons also, right, attacked Ashley Jenkins, a black girl. Both of these was black girls. Punched her and messed up her shoulder. Jeff, can you reach out to these families? Can you contact the school, the Board of Education, anybody that's down there in that county and say, hey, or do an interview. You can do it right now. I'm pretty sure you're going to do another interview on Fox News. Say, hey, Angela Jenkins, I apologize for what my sons did to you. Hey, Angela, I apologize for my sons abusing you. To Miss Jenkins and your family, I apologize for my son's behavior, and I don't condone what he did to your children. You can start there, Jeff. You need to be the one that's on an apologizing campaign because your sons was menace to society. Your sons was the ones that was thugs. Your sons had over 300 fighting accounts. the Metcalf twins had over 50 incidents, one of which they choke their mother. How about you apologize to Megan for being a failure of a husband that couldn't control his goddamn sons? How about you hold yourself? You can never. This is what I'm saying, family. This is why it's hard for them to stick around over here. It's too much accountability over here. That's why they run to the Sambo channel, the April Chapmans, the Jason Whitlocks, the Brandon Tatums, the Anton Daniels. They go run over there to those black channels, those Sambo's channels, because they're not going to hold them accountable. So you're going to get held accountable over here, Jeff. You can't run away from accountability over here, right? But I'm here to help you, Jeff. Right? Shoot me an email. Book a session. I'll help you out, Jeff. Right? Well, you know what? Fuck you. I don't even care. I hope you rot in hell too. But the first thing you can do is apologize to the Jenkins family. That's the first thing you can do, Jeff. How about that?
But that's not the way things played out. We obviously are different people, and we choose to parent differently.
Yeah, we know how you parent.
My son is at a cemetery, and their son is in a prison cell. I don't know what we would have to talk about, to be honest.
Karmelo Anthony's attorney tells ABC News in a statement his legal defense is not intended to diminish Austin Metcalf's life or his family's grief. Legitimate questions about racial fairness, equal treatment, public access, judicial impartiality, and the constitutional process cannot be dismissed as merely bringing race into the case. In recent weeks, Jeff Metcalf started a foundation named for his son with Bruce Carter, a community advocate who works on conflict resolution.
It's the ability to walk away.
Look at this Sambo family. This Sambo, after hearing all what he heard at that court hearing about Austin Metcalf and his sons, their criminal history, their thuggerist background, their animalistic background, beating up on little black girls, and this black man gonna sit his big head ass up here and support support Jeff with starting this Austin Metcalf Foundation. This black man right here. These Sambos be so thirsty for validation, for white validation. They want to be accepted so bad. They want to be famous so bad. This is disgusting. You know that this man is racist beside you, but you gonna sit up here and support him. You seen what they said about that boy's sons in the courtroom, punching and beating up on those little black girls, but you gonna sit beside him. You seen the arrest records. You seen it. You seen him spray painting racist graffiti saying triple K's kill all black people. You, sir, people that look like you. His son spray painted unalive all blacks. I don't know when the last time you looked in the mirror, sir, but his family, they think the worst of you, of your kind. But you're going to sit there and be a spokesman for him, being the token black guy. Let me save the day. Let me sit next to a racist and make it seem like Jeff not racist because he got a black friend. Yeah, this is what a lot of white supremacists do. When they trying to, clean up their image in the public, they go get a token black and have them sit next to him. How can I be racist? Look at my black friend here. Just like Warren and Jax and Morgan. How can I be racist even though I'm sitting down with Brandon Tatum, an anti-black racist who hate himself, who degrade black people all day? How can I hate black people when I got a friend like Tristan? I got a friend like Nolan. How can I be racist?
You have to teach people that before they're in that moment. We live in a society right now that conflict is normal. So we have to prepare people prior to that.
I want to make sure no other parent has to feel this way.
This dude always got to bring this. Every interview he do now, family, he have to bring this token black with him now. Right? This is like he's reinventing himself now. Even though we already know what you said, it's on the internet forever, Jeff. It's on the internet forever. What your sons did is on the internet forever. Those police records are forever. Those probation records are forever. Those victims of your son's behavior is forever. That shoulder injury that you got right now from Austin kicking your ass is forever. That bruise on Megan's neck from Austin choking her and recording it is forever. Yeah, that's forever, Jeff. This token black right here, this Sambo right here ain't gonna save you, Jeff. That foundation is going to burn to the ground. It's not going to be successful. You trying to find some way to launder that money. In my opinion, allegedly, I believe you trying to find some way not to to money launder that money that you got off that GoFundMe. You raised almost $1 million, Jeff. Where that money at? Yeah, where that money at?
Can I change the entire world? No, but I can do my part because it starts with one step. This is the first step, but it's the first step of the rest of my life.
What do you want us to know about Austin and how he should be remembered?
We already know about Austin.
So many different hearts.
Oh my God.
Short time. That boy taught me stuff.
Yeah, he taught you the headlock move, the arm bar move, like the way he choked out your ex-wife, like he taught you that, like Dad, listen, this is how you choke a woman. You do this, and then you turn, and then you grab their arm and you lock it in like that. That's what he taught you. That's what he taught you.
I taught him too. I was his dad. He taught a lot of people a lot of things.
Yeah, you taught him racism. You taught him evilness. You taught him degeneracy, because you are not a upstanding gentleman, Mr. Metcalf. You are a failure. What can you teach your son? That's why your sons was degenerates. Look at their father. You're fat, you're ugly, you're hateful, you're evil. Nobody likes you, you stink. What did you teach him? Your son was getting arrested in elementary, Jeff. What did you teach him? Nothing.
He was a good kid.
The case is not over. Karmelo Anthony is appealing the decision not to
Absolutely.
grant him a new trial. And I asked Jeff Metcalf about that, if he's prepared even for the possibility of having to go through it all again. He said it wouldn't bother him, but it is evident the last year and a half have surely been painful.
Man, nobody give a damn about Jeff or his goddamn son or what he going through. He don't care about Austin. He happy Austin is gone. I'm telling you. He probably gonna put some money on Karmelo Anthony's books. He gonna slip $100 or $200 on that book. Like, appreciate you, bro. God damn, I got my other shoulder. Shout out to you. I ain't got to deal with that thug no more. Shout out to you for that. God damn. Man, thank you, Karmelo Anthony. Thank you. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. He did the rock bottom on his ass. Smash that like button, family. Let's get the likes up, family. Let's get 300 likes. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to go over this CBS video that came out, and they was going over the text messages, right? And by the way, family, look at CBS, an anti-black platform. They cut off their comment section because they already know they was going to get cooked, right? This is a news network, but they're going to cut off their comments. Let's go.
Gloves came off in a Collin County court.
Right, Kimberly. This might say he a good kid. A good kid. That's good to him, though, Kimberly. That's good. His son being arrested for racist graffiti, saying unalive all blacks. I'm going to unalive that MFer, going to jail, getting arrested. That's a good kid to him. So that's why he said that. Just like he said that him calling Karmelo a watermelon felon and saying the N-word was a social experiment. Yeah.
Today, defense attorneys went first, and they shared a disturbing history of violent behavior by Austin Metcalf. And it appears tomorrow is going to be no different. Our J.D. Miles tonight has a 75-page document that's going to be presented tomorrow, taking a deep look into Karmelo Anthony's past. It remains to be seen how his supporters will react tomorrow, but it was clear that they were pleased with what they heard in court today.
Why they always trying to worry about how we gonna react? How you realize that, family? They always talking about how Karmelo Anthony supporters gonna react. We chilling. We ain't finna crash out. We know that's what y'all want. We know we're not gonna crash out, right? We gonna go through the process. We cool, right? We cool. We playing chess. We ain't finna crash out.
There were chants and cheers outside the Collin County Courthouse this evening when the hearing over whether Karmelo Anthony should get a new trial wrapped up its first day. A day when evidence was presented showing Austin Metcalf's disturbing record of fights, bullying, and racist behavior. Karmelo Anthony was dressed in a suit and tie for this morning's hearing, which began with the defense arguing that efforts by the trial judge and prosecutors to combat threats and deal with disruptions actually prevented Anthony from getting an open and fair trial. But bombshell testimony came this afternoon from Anthony's trial attorney, Mike Howard, about Austin Metcalf's background report that was never presented to the jury. CBS News Texas has also learned new details about Austin Metcalf's background. Metcalf and his brother Hunter were once caught spray painting graffiti, including KKK Kill All Blacks and Heil Hitler, along with the N-word, and were sentenced to 12 months of juvenile probation.
Hey, Jeff, where did they learn it from, Jeff? Where did they learn to do something like this? What type of father is you, right? What type of demons that you raise that your children would go out here and spray paint Triple K, Hail Hitler, and unalive all black people? Like, what type of man is you? What type of woman is Megan? Like, what type of, well, we know what type of people that y'all are. Y'all are degenerates. It's in y'all nature to behave like this. You taught your sons this, Jeff. How do your son know about the Triple Ks? Who taught him about that? And why would he spray paint that? Think about how degenerate your children is that they had to put them on a 12-month probation. 12-month probation in elementary school.
Records reveal they reportedly told authorities, "We did some dumb stuff. We did some vandalism." There are several documented instances of Austin using racial slurs in school, and in 2023, Austin was accused of bullying a black student in class. In 2018, while still in elementary school, Austin and his brother were accused of bullying and assaulting a female, which led to his arrest.
Jeff, it led to his arrest, Jeff. Your son bullied a young girl at school, and he got arrested. You know what you cannot say about Karmelo Anthony, and with these fake text messages, Karmelo getting arrested, Karmelo being on probation, Karmelo beating up on this little girlfriend theory that y'all running with. Karmelo Anthony beating up on little girls. Yeah, you can't say that. Your son actually got arrested for beating up on little girls, but you want Karmelo Anthony's family to be held accountable. Why you won't hold your son accountable for beating up on these little girls? You owe their family an apology. If these was my son that done it, right, after I kicked their ass, I'm gonna apologize to the family, to the mother, to the father, and to the daughter. I didn't raise you can't even say that. I didn't raise my son to behave like that. He's showing his ass at school, and he got it coming for him when he get home. But I want to say I apologize for what my son did to your daughter. That's what real men do. But look at you. Oh, I said racist stuff because I was doing a social experiment. You see how far these people are willing to go to not hold themselves accountable for anything that they do? These people don't want to hold Austin accountable for the reason why he's maggot food. It's all Karmelo's fault, but Karmelo didn't approach Austin. Karmelo didn't walk inside of a stadium and confront Austin. It was the other way around. Karmelo was minding his business. Your son could have still been alive if he would have left Karmelo Anthony alone. Karmelo wasn't bothering nobody.
In an argument in 2024 with another female student, Austin allegedly knocked her to the ground and punched her in the stomach. He was also kicked out of a football game and texted someone later, "I was about to beat the expletive out of those kids." At a previous track meet, when another student alerted Austin that someone not on their team, quote, "behind our bench was talking wild," Austin reportedly replied, "Kill that MF." During the 2023-2024 school year, he received in-school suspension twice. School disciplinary records from April 2022 to May 2024 reveal that Austin reportedly called a teacher the B word and used profanity.
He called a teacher a B word, the same word that you use, Jeff, when you call Karmelo Anthony's mother the B word. Where do you think he got it from, Jeff? Where did you think that Austin got calling his teachers the B word from? He got it from you. He got it from home. Everything that he did was a learned behavior. He learned everything. Beating up on girls from you, Jeff. Saying the N word from you, Jeff. Cussing out his teachers from you, Jeff. Getting arrested from you, Jeff.
Told a school official that he couldn't control it and wasn't aware that it was coming out of his mouth. In 2024,
he said that he wasn't aware of it and couldn't control what was coming out of his mouth. This sounds like exactly this white devil that jumped on this black kid that I just played, family. This sounds just like her. Let's go back to what she said.
And so that kind of, when I get angry, it kind of blinds, like my brain goes blank when it comes to like what I'm about to do. I remember doing it. And I know that I did it, but at that moment in time, it was kind of just like, I didn't really know what I was doing until I did it.
You really felt like, you just really didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
And the mother said she felt like she really didn't have the choice, right? This 16-year-old girl got charged with assault for running out there on the football field, assaulting a black football player, right? A football little scuffle was going on. And they was jumping on her little brother. So she took it upon herself to go out there on the football field and assault somebody else's child. And she said that I couldn't, all of them used the same thing. I couldn't control myself. I just blanked out. I don't know what I'm doing. See, they like to play stupid. Just like Lindsay. Lindsay's trying to play crazy, knowing goddamn well she was in her right state of mind when she unalived those three innocent children. But now she want to play crazy. Oh, it's postpartum took over me. Oh, my God. But why did you throw yourself out of the window when you done that? Why you throw yourself out of the window? Because you tried to end it. You ain't wanted to get, you did not want to get held accountable for your actions, Lindsay. So you threw yourself out of that window thinking that it was going to end it all. But no, God got a different path for you, Lindsay. God got a different path for you.
On at least 5 occasions, Austin saw a counselor regarding his anger and rage during a football game. In 2021, he got banned from attending basketball games for a season after yelling profanity at a player. Metcalf also got suspended after he and another student were talking about bringing a gun to school the following day.
He was talking to a student about bringing a to school. Jeff, where did he learn that from, Jeff? Where did he get that from? Because you said you taught your son a lot of things. Did you teach him that? That's what I want to know. Did you teach your son that? Cussing people out of control. And I remember when Congressman Pat Fallon came out and said that Austin was beloved. I don't see no people speaking on Austin being beloved that's in your community. All I see is victims of him. The teachers are victims. Jeff, you a victim. Megan a victim. Black girls and boys are victims. The coaches are victims. Everybody's victims by the hands of your sons. So explain to me where and what part of his life where he was beloved and everybody loved him. That's for you, Mr. Pat Fallon, that wanted to come out and advocate for these devils.
But the never-before-released details of Anthony's early years in Louisiana up to the day of his arrest for murder are...
And family, I want you to keep in mind, CBS did a 7-minute video trying not to be somewhat biased, right? So they only did 2 minutes and 17 seconds on Austin. The rest of this 7-minute video is going to be degrading Karmelo Anthony, but we're going to break it down. We're going to break it down piece by piece. We ain't going to let y'all do what y'all trying to do. We know that this is a smear campaign.
Also disturbing. On the day that Karmelo Anthony would fatally stab Austin Metcalf, prosecutors say he sent this text message at 1 a.m.
Okay, family. what you are looking at is saying I'm low K on the verge, right? So people are saying that this means I'm low key on the verge. I'm low key on the verge. Okay, low key on the verge of what? What's the context? Like Jeff said. See, this is how the mainstream media and the white supremacists do. They understand that a lot of people is not going to read. They understand a lot of y'all are dumb and low IQ. And when y'all seen this, y'all said, oh, he mean that he's on the verge of unaliving somebody. You don't see that. All you see is I'm low K on the verge. I don't even see key. I say I'm low K on the verge. What's the context behind this? On the verge of what? On the verge of going to sleep? On the verge of passing out? On the verge of doing what? That's what I want to know. Because everybody is running around saying that Karmelo Anthony said that he was on the verge of unaliving Austin. You don't see that here. You don't see this here. I want you guys to read what you see. Don't create nothing in your mind. Don't create no scenario in your mind of what you thought Karmelo said. Read these fake documents right here that the prosecution made up.
Which said, quote, I'm low key on the verge, and then emphasized it.
It don't say low key. And this is what I'm saying. We can interpret that it means low key, but it said low K on the verge, right? These people can't even be honest about what they're reading in front of them. But don't worry. The black assassin got you.
Later in the morning, on April 2nd, 2025, and hours before Anthony would kill Metcalf with a knife at a high school track meet, prosecutors say Anthony's girlfriend reported to a Centennial High School staff member that Anthony was engaging in stalking behavior, to include but not limited to driving by her home and refusing to allow her to end their relationship.
Refusing to allow her to end the relationship. She was in a relationship with him during the altercation that happened, right? During the trial, she was still in a relationship with him. What type of documents do you guys have for you to come up with this sentiment that he was engaging in stalking? What proof do you have? And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to look up. And it's a reason why CBS didn't read this part out to the public, right? It states right above this, notice is provided in part through screenshots of certain text messages exchange, right? Exchange. So that means between two people, but they're not going to show us the exchange. The screenshots may include only a portion of the entire exchange. I want you guys to pay attention here and how stupid a lot of people is. They are telling you that they are going to manipulate you. They are telling you that they are going to lead you down a path that they want you to be led to. They are not going to give you the full exchange and the context behind these fake text messages, right? That's why they know that you are not going to read. You are going to listen to the mainstream media, and the mainstream media did not read this portion, and it's right above this sentence, by the way. But CBS wanted to make sure that they highlighted defendant was engaging in stalking behavior to include, but not limited to driving by her home and refusing to allow her to end the relationship. Did she tell you that? Did she tell you that? Is it court records that he was stalking? Is it a police record that it was stalking? Can you show us text messages that she said that Karmelo Anthony was stalking her? But again, family, as we go through and dissect these messages, I just want to make sure that I lay the ground rules. That the prosecution stated notice is provided in part through screenshots and certain text message. Certain. Not all text messages, not some, but certain text messages. We got to make sure that we give y'all certain text messages. Exchanges. The screenshots may include only The screenshots may include, family, only a portion of the entire exchange. Why are you giving us portions? Why you won't give us the whole text message exchange if this is real? Why not give us the whole thing? This is court documents, right? This is the prosecution documents that they presented to court. Why you won't give us the entire exchange? What you leaving out? What you don't want us to see? Portions? Why only portions? Okay, cool.
Also, in the 75-page filing, prosecutors say Anthony had previously been accused of stealing his girlfriend's phone.
He was accused, right? He was accused. This is not facts. These are not facts. This is not a conviction. This is not solidified. He was accused. At some point during 2025, 2024, 2025 school year, a report was made to his high school state staff members that the defendant had taken telephone and would not give her the phone back.
And in October 2024, wrote a to-do list for his girlfriend about how to deal with, quote, weirdos, which included the line, say some slick like my boyfriend kill people. There are also text messages where he admits on at least 2 occasions to punching girls in the face.
Okay. And I said the name Vicky, and she tried to start hitting me, and I was running till she pulled my hair. And she started hitting me, so I punched her in the face. So you're not going to read the top part, CBS? You're just going to read the highlighted part. And this is how so many people are dumb. If you read the entire fake text message right here, it said, and this is 2021, allegedly, you know, I said the name Vicky, and she tried to start hitting me. And I was running till she pulled my hair. And she started hitting me. So I punched her in the face. She's hitting me. You didn't say that, CBS. You didn't say that, prosecution. Nobody's saying none of this. Everybody's just looking over this. Everybody's just saying, oh, Karmelo said all this stuff in the text message. Yeah, we're just going to believe it. But you're not even reading what these people are saying. You are listening to the CBS reporter put his own spin into these messages. He's not reading the whole thing. Let's go back and listen to what he actually said.
Like my boyfriend kill people. There are also text messages where he admits on at least 2 occasions to punching girls in the face.
You heard what he said? He admitted to 2 occasions of punching girls, plural, in the face.
Prosecutor.
But he did not read this. He did not read this, family. The only part he highlighted was she started hitting me, so I punched her in the face. That's not what he said.
Slick, like my boyfriend kill people. There are also text messages where he admits on at least 2 occasions to punching girls in the face.
Punching girls in the face. He didn't say she started hitting me, so I punched her in the face. Again, for the low IQ community, for the dumb black people out here that say, I'm done with Karmelo Anthony. All those text messages he said, all this, I'm done with Karmelo Anthony. Let me read it out for you, dummies. And yeah, I know this is not real. That's why I say these are fake text messages. These is because we know how text messages are, you know, we can look at our phone and see how text messages are. It's not going to say unknown directions in your phone. It's not going to say unknown directions in your phone. Okay. And the prosecutor stated in his transcript that I'm only giving you certain certain messages so that I can make Karmelo Anthony look like a villain, because we cannot defend what Austin Metcalf did. So we got to try to level the playing fields. And then the mainstream media is going to assist us on this. But he's not going to read out this entire fake text message, right? And I said, the name Vicky, she tried to start hitting me, and I was running till she pulled my hair, and she started hitting me. So I punched her in her face. How about you read us what was above these messages? How about give us the whole thing? Why are you giving us half? Huh? Let's keep going.
Prosecutors also found text messages from 2021 between Anthony and another student about robbing someone of $300. There were also text messages
robbing somebody of $300. You are not providing proof. This is how you manipulate the public, family. This is how you manipulate the public, the masses. The reporter is saying this. He's not showing you this on the screen about robbing somebody allegedly for $300. This is what he's saying. And guess what the low IQ community gonna do? Listen to this and go run with it. They not even looking at text messages. We haven't seen not one text message, by the way, family. We see words printed out on a piece of paper, and they put a bubble around it to try to make it seem like that this is a text message thread. You got to pay attention, family. Shame on these black people that's running with this narrative. Y'all are so dumb. This lets me know all these black people that's out here tap dancing against Karmelo now, they want to bag out your support. Cool. We don't need you over here anyway. You stupid. You a robot. You part of the matrix. You allowing the mainstream media to manipulate you. You got Ticket TV crybaby ass over there crying about, oh, I got the 75-page docket. You know what Ticket TV was showing his audience over there, family? Chat GPT screenshots. Ticket TV was over there crying about Karmelo Anthony. Was this? He's dead. If I would have known all this, I would have never supported him. That idiot over there, he's a very emotional, low IQ individual that's thirsty for clout. Ticket TV was showing y'all screenshots of Chat GPT. That's what he was showing you. Ticket TV wasn't showing you documents or a transcript. He was crying about something that he screenshotted off Google.
Between Anthony and another student about robbing someone.
No, Miss Mel. Ticket TV is not bipolar. He's doing this deliberately. He's doing this on purpose. He's not bipolar. When you see people jump the fence like that without needing any hard proof, and we know how this system degrade black people, we know how the mainstream media get down with degrading black people and pushing out false narratives about us and trying to paint us out to be these evil and vicious and criminal activity. This is how the public run with. They run with these fake narratives about black people, just like they doing with Christine. They want you to believe that Christine is taking the GoFundMe money and going out here and buying luxury cars. They are making AI videos. They trying to portray her as something else. But y'all gonna believe mainstream media and not believe your own people? When we know the history of, I'm showing y'all what CBS is doing. CBS is not even reading out these fake text messages. He's interpreting it his own way. Not even reading the whole thing.
$300. There were also text messages where Anthony talks about a fight and punching someone so hard he had to stop fighting.
We was fighting. I hit him in the face. I hit him so hard he had to stop fighting. What's wrong with hitting somebody and fighting if somebody is hitting you? What's wrong with fighting to protect yourself? What's wrong with this? See, a lot of people hear the word fighting. See, y'all want Karmelo Anthony to be this perfect angel. That's what it is. See, y'all have painted Karmelo as this perfect being in your mind, and the only way that you can defend him if he an angel. And he ain't never got in no trouble, like you ain't never got in no trouble. Like you ain't never got into fights in high school. I know I did. I know I got into a lot of trouble. But you know what I didn't do? Beat up on little girls, go to jail for racist graffiti, cuss out my teachers, choke my mama, break my daddy arm. That's what I didn't do. But yeah, I got into some fights. Absolutely. That's normal. As a young male growing up in high school, you're going to get into some fights. But you're not going to put this in context, though. You're not going to, you just going to run with Karmelo got into a fight. Okay, what was the fight for? And who did he get the fighting with? And show us the rest of these text messages.
In 2023, prosecutors say Anthony told a friend he was going to vandalize someone's house in Austin.
He told a friend that he was going to vandalize somebody's house in Austin. Okay, show us that. See, you can't manipulate me. You can't fool me like y'all did some of these ignorant ass black people out here that's falling for this propaganda. So you can't fool me and the family at all.
Saying, quote, I just feel like it. I got a grudge.
I just feel like it. I got a grudge. You see how the reporter said this.
In 2023, prosecutors say Anthony told a friend he was going to vandalize someone's house in Austin.
And family, if you look, this is how they manipulate you right here, family. Look, I want you to look at this. I'm finna slow this down right here. Right? I'm finna slow this all the way down. Look how they bring you a piece of paper of an alleged text message exchange, but they blurred it out. This is not a text message exchange. This is a piece of paper that they wrote out and presented to the court. But this is how they manipulate your brain by showing you paperwork with nothing on it, by the way. But look what they're doing.
23.
Look at it.
Prosecutors say Anthony.
Make it seem like that they got a lot of evidence, a lot of text messages, a lot of this, but they're not showing you none of this. An exchange text message does not go down in a line like this. It does not go down in a line like this. But a lot of people is dumb. A lot of people is stupid. And they'll believe whatever the mainstream media tell them.
And he told a friend he was going to vandalize someone's house in Austin, saying, quote, I just feel like it. I got a grudge.
What's the context behind this? I just feel like it. I got a grudge. I just feel like what, CBS? I just feel like what? The prosecution team? What do he feel like? I don't want to hear what CBS putting out. CBS is just talking. CBS is putting its own spin on it. I just feel like, you see, you got to understand the words that they're using. Fighting. I'm on the verge. I got a grudge. That's going to get everybody like, oh my God. Oh my, Karmelo is just out of control. He says, I got a grudge. Y'all ain't got a grudge on nobody? Y'all ain't got no grudge on nobody? Y'all never been on the verge of quitting y'all job or knocking somebody out? Y'all these perfect people. Oh, my bad. I ain't know y'all was out here perfect. I ain't know that y'all never got into a fight or cut somebody out or held a grudge against somebody. I ain't never know that y'all been on the verge of doing something, but y'all thought about it and y'all didn't do it. I ain't know that. My bad. I thought y'all were just imperfect people. I guess y'all perfect. Sorry about that. There's no context behind this right here. Just a piece of paper saying, I feel like I got a grudge.
In 2021, Anthony told a friend he had been suspended from school for 3 days for fighting, saying,
listen, family, listen. This guy said that he told his friend that I got suspended from school for 3 days for fighting. It don't say this right here. You said, CBS, that Karmelo said I got suspended from school for fighting and I got 3 days. What you are looking at right here is no, I got suspended. And if you look up, it said, you playing today? No, I got suspended. You can get suspended for being late. You can get suspended for a lot of things. Why you won't show us the whole thing? You telling me that Karmelo Anthony was suspended for fighting. How do you know that? Why are you reading this text message out when it's not saying what you were saying? You said that I was suspended for fighting for 3 days. This doesn't say that.
2021, Anthony told a friend he had been suspended from school for 3 days for fighting, saying, quote, they said next time I do some, I get recommended for expulsion.
Next time I do some, I get recommended for expulsion. Who is they? And whose message is this? How do we know that this is Karmelo Anthony's phone? Why y'all just won't prove that this is Karmelo Anthony's phone? So, black people, I want to talk to y'all for a second. They told you, black people, they told you, black people, that these are text messages from Karmelo Anthony's phone. And I want to ask the black people out there, how do you know, black people that's speaking against Karmelo Anthony now, that's not supporting him? I don't want you supporting him anyway. I don't, like I said, I don't like fence sitters, right? How do you know that this is Karmelo Anthony's phone just because the prosecution told you? And this is the same prosecution team that left out Austin Metcalf's background. This the same prosecution that did a gentleman's agreement behind the scenes, right? They already came up with the trial behind the scenes. The same prosecution teams that kept Austin background away from you, you are going to believe that this is Karmelo Anthony text message thread. You don't have eyes on his phone. You don't have eyes on any names. You don't have no context behind none of this shit. But y'all fell for this. Y'all fell for this. Y'all fell for this. You coward ass black people out here, you stupid, ignorant ass black people out here fell for this. And this is how they manipulate y'all. And this is why I always say, I don't want to save all black people. I don't want to be united with all black. No, because y'all are cowards, ignorant, dumb. How y'all gonna believe the same people that degrade you on social media every day? How you gonna believe them? How you gonna believe the same people that railroaded and set up Karmelo Anthony, but you gonna believe them? You gonna believe that this came out of Karmelo Anthony's phone? How do you know? None of y'all seen text messages. All these content creators out here that saying that I seen Karmelo. No, you did not. No, you did not. These are not text messages from somebody's cell phone. These are printed out documents on a piece of paper from a computer. These are not screenshots. And they told you dummies in black and white because they knew some of you fools was not going to read. They knew it. They said, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put this out because I understand black people dumb as hell and they not going to read nothing. And I put it in black and white at the top saying that these are screenshots of certain text messages. These are portions and not the entire conversation. That's what they told you, idiots. But y'all didn't read that. Yeah, y'all not saying that on y'all platforms out there. All these black content creators, y'all didn't even catch that with y'all dumb ass. They telling you what they're doing. They telling you your play, but they know you idiots is not going to read it. You're going to listen to them like, oh yeah, goddamn, Karmelo, he was just as bad. We ain't got no proof of Karmelo. Even reading this, we still ain't got no proof of any of this being true. We going to believe the prosecution, Bill Worski and them, the guy that was accused of sexual assault of 3 women down there in his law firm. And they had to pay those 6 women $1.7 million. Are you talking about that prosecution team? Bill Worski came out, him and the DA came out and said that all of this was a lie. It wasn't true. We didn't do all this. I played y'all the press conference that Bill Worski did when he got accused of SA of 6 women down there in that office. And he had the whole office behind him talking about this is true, this is false. But if it's false and it wasn't true, Bill Worski, why you didn't take it to trial? Why you didn't fight for your innocence? You know what Bill did, family? You know what the prosecution and the DA did down there in Collin County? They settled with those 6 women. They settled for $1.7 million. Yes, indeed. They settled. They settled. But y'all gonna believe them? When Bill came out and did a press conference, said, it never happened. I didn't do nothing to those women. They lying. So why you didn't take it to trial, Bill? Why you didn't fight for your innocence? If it wasn't true, you knew it was true. You knew it was true. That's why you settled. And all the Collin County residents down there, your tax dollars went to Bill and the DA sexual and misconduct behavior. Yeah. Since y'all want to cry about Karmelo, the prosecution team down there spent your tax dollars on some bussy. You know what I mean? Graping women down there, touching women inappropriately down there. And he settled $1.7 million. But y'all gonna believe them? This the same prosecution team, family, that settled with the city of Collin County.
In a text conversation with a friend in 2023, prosecutors have messages from Anthony where he wrote, "I'ma shoot the school up tomorrow with my blick," but later sends messages saying, "I would never actually do that." In a 2024 text thread, prosecutors say Anthony admitted to carrying a firearm, telling a text thread, "Actually, I'ma shoot the school up tomorrow with expulsion." In a text conversation with a friend in 2023, prosecutors have messages from Anthony where he wrote, "I'ma shoot the school up tomorrow with my blick."
Listen, look how they go from one text message all the way down to the next one. What's up, Nathaniel? Coming in with a $2 super chat. What's up, my guy? How are you? I'm headed home from work. Shout out to you, bro. I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed. I'm putting belt to ass right now. Shout out to you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you.
Where he wrote, "I'ma shoot the school up tomorrow with my blick," but later sends messages saying, "I would never actually do that." In a 2024 text thread, prosecutors say Anthony admitted to carrying a firearm, telling a friend before a party that he would have the gun in my pocket. There are other message threads where Anthony also mentions carrying a gun. After numerous suspensions for fighting while attending school in Louisiana.
Have you realized they didn't post none of the guns that Austin and Hunter was carrying? It's plenty pictures of Austin and Hunter with guns, AR-15s, but they didn't post that. And they wanted to make sure that they post Karmelo in black and white, family, to make it seem like, oh, this is bad. Oh, my God. Look at him with this gun. Look at him with this gun. And how we know this Karmelo? We can't even see it. We can't even see his face. Why are you printing this out black and white for? Y'all got colors on color printers. Like why is this in black and white?
After numerous suspensions for fighting while attending school in Louisiana, there are messages between Anthony and his girlfriend after he moved to Frisco. In one message thread, she suggests he should sit for a while, and he replied, "Yeah, and punch people, maybe run sometimes." Okay, look at this, family. He said that the girlfriend said that you should sit for a while. Let's listen to what he said again. Messages between Anthony and his girlfriend after he moved to Frisco. In one message thread, she suggests he should sit for a while.
She suggests that he should sit for a while. This message right here on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, say, so you just sit there? So you just sit there. This doesn't say that the girlfriend said that Karmelo Anthony should just sit for a while. It don't say that, family. This is how you get manipulated when you listen to him talk and not read what you're seeing on the screen. This doesn't say that. How we know that this is a text message from his girlfriend? Prove it. We already know her name. Her name is already out there. Why you blocking out this name right here? Huh? Why you blocking out this name? Because I find it very suspicious that this right here doesn't have direction on top of it like the rest of them did. So you just sit there? What's the context behind this?
And he replied, "Yeah, and punch people, maybe run sometimes."
Yeah, and punch people and maybe run sometimes. This doesn't even make sense. What's the context behind this? Sound like I said, Grand Theft Auto. I mean, not Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, a video game. Yeah, and punch people and run sometimes. But if you listen to the mainstream media and they put their own interpretation on these messages and tell you what you heard, tell you what you see because y'all are stupid. Y'all are dumb. Y'all are ignorant. Believe in these fools. Listen to this again, fam. Listen to this. This is crazy.
He moved to Frisco. In one message thread, she suggests he should sit for a while.
She suggests he should sit for a while. So you just sit there. Man, y'all got to be the dumbest motherfucker on earth.
Yeah, and punch people. Maybe run sometimes. I have to. It's like a priority for me. I like punching people. When I get mad, I see red. When I get
mad, I see red. When I get mad, I blank out. When I get mad, I can't control myself. These look like in the beginning, family, when I showed you that the prosecution stated in this transcript that this is not the entire conversation. This is not a text message thread that came from an actual cell phone device. They printed this out and make sure that they put them one behind another to make it seem like that this is a conversation. This is not a conversation, family, because this doesn't make sense. There's no context. And this is why I want to make sure that I call out the stupid black people that believe this, because y'all very dumb, very ignorant. And I'm glad y'all exposing yourself, right? Right? I want you to stay exactly where you at, because this is how dumb, and this is how they play on dumb people. The black people that's out here backpedaling now, this is how they play on your dumb ass. But I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you because you're stupid. These people have told you that they only showing you certain text messages and portions of exchange text messages and conversations, right? They put these back to back from each other for a reason. Unknown direction is not a text message from a phone. The reason why you see 12:23, 9:54, 9:54, 9:54, because this is all these messages one sent at the same time, family. There's no text message saying unknown direction. And I think somebody said in the chat that this could be a text now out.
Get mad, I black out. When I get mad, I can't control myself. Prosecutors also produced messages where Anthony admits to getting high and drinking alcohol.
Karmelo Anthony admits to getting high and drinking alcohol. Let me read you what this say. It doesn't say when, it say WHEJ. I'm just telling you what the paper say. I was smoking all the time. I was chill. But what did the reporter say? Karmelo Anthony admits to smoking weed and drinking alcohol. Let me read you what this paper say, not what CBS is saying. This paper saying, when I was smoking all the time, I was chill. Okay, he was smoking, he was chill. Okay, what's this? What this mean? I thought you said alcohol, CBS. Where the alcohol part at? I don't see I was drinking and smoking. I don't see that. I see when I was smoking all the time. That means he stopped. I was chill.
And even talking about selling drugs to get guns. In 2024, prosecutors say Anthony even attempted to assault a teacher, saying,
okay, let's go back to that.
And drinking alcohol, and even talking about selling drugs to get guns.
Selling drugs to get guns. He even talked about selling drugs to get guns. He talked about. How do y'all know he talked about this? Who told y'all this? Where are you getting this information from? Do you got fake text messages to prove that he said this? No. But y'all idiots, and I see Rockface Megyn Kelly running with this. Oh, he tried to sell drugs. That's worse. What proof do y'all had that he wanted to sell drugs to buy guns? Like where? Are y'all really this dumb, family? Not y'all, but I'm just saying. Black people out there. They know who I'm talking about. Are y'all really this stupid? Are y'all really this dumb? Y'all can't even prove that this is a real text message thread from his phone. But y'all believe in this shit.
In 2024, prosecutors say Anthony even attempted to assault a teacher, saying, "I put my hands and face and everything."
He admitted or talked about assaulting a teacher. That's what CBS said. That's what the prosecution said. But right here, it say, like I put my hands and face in everything. What the? That sound like some freaky shit. This sound like some sexual stuff. Are y'all reading out child porn text messages? The reporter said that Karmelo admitted to putting his hands on a teacher. That translated in y'all mind. And y'all thought that this paper said that. This paper say, I like I put my hands in face and everything. I put my hands and face in everything. He might be talking about that box. All right? He might be talking about that box. What are y'all talking about here? And this say 5/14/2024, 11:05 p.m. Shout out to Lala coming in with the $2 super chat. Unknown Direction says it all words is going, fam. Unknown Direction says it's all where it's going. Oh, okay.
Also,
shout out to you, Lala, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you.
Prosecutors suggest Anthony tried to bring a weapon into the State Fair of Texas, asking a friend if the State Fair got metal detectors. When he was told yes, his friend responded, "You got the poker? Yeah, I might have to toss it," replied Anthony. Prosecutors say Anthony admitted to stealing a watch and earbuds in separate burglaries in Collin County, and also to bringing a weapon onto a Frisco school campus, saying this about his girlfriend: "She went in my bag to get my computer, and I said no, and she still went in it and grabbed it, and my gun and my knife and some other stuff fell out." There are numerous unreleased photos and videos of Anthony holding firearms and making threats, and authorities found a note on Anthony's phone with a long list of disturbing racial tropes and slurs about blacks, whites, and Hispanics. In one message thread, prosecutors say Anthony wrote, "I hate gay people." Prosecutors say Anthony repeatedly threatened to murder his girlfriend in text messages, some of them saying, "How many bullets you want coming out of your chest?" and "I'm going to get you," expletive.
Let's go back to this. How many bullets you want coming out of your chest? And when y'all saw this, right? When black people saw it, it was like, yeah, this guy just, oh my God. Oh my God. He said that how many bullets you want out of your chest? Like, come on, bro. Y'all don't even want context behind this. Y'all don't want context behind this fake text message right here. Y'all don't want context about it. Y'all just gonna say, yep, he said that, even though CVS is just talking and just making up shit. But how many bullets you want coming out of your chest? No context behind it, but you're gonna think that he's talking about unaliving and shooting somebody. Yeah, they done a number on a lot of black people. A lot of black people out there. Yeah, the white T community done a number on you. When you know that they are known liars. This is what they do. They use the mainstream media to manipulate you. Just like they doing in the Nolan Wells case. What did CBS do and TMZ and ABC do, family? They ran a smear campaign on Nolan Wells saying that, oh, 2 alleged witnesses said that he was heavily drinking with no proof. And y'all was like, I don't believe that. But y'all believe what CBS saying, y'all telling y'all about this? Y'all believe in Bill Worse, the prosecution teams who can't keep their hands off those women down there that work for them? Y'all don't believe that? Y'all believe them? Y'all believe them though.
"How many bullets you want coming out of your chest?" and "I'm going to get you," expletive. He also threatened her with a knife in one message and told her in another,
He threatened her with a knife. You see, they are placing his girlfriend in this scenario. They are doing this. This doesn't say none of that. This doesn't say, I'm going to stab my girlfriend, I'm going to get you. They are saying this. because they got to find, see, the prosecution team got to find some way to try to level the playing fields, because they see Karmelo Anthony's attorney's team brought documents and facts, police records, background. They brought hearsay, fake text messages, no criminal records, no police reports. They brought you a print off that they created. When I stab SB, I'm going to lick their blood off the blade. This doesn't say anything about her or my girlfriend or any of that. SB could be a game tag. But y'all said, oh, Karmelo said he want to stab somebody and lick the blood off the knife. What black person you think he Blade or something? You think this nigga a vampire? We ain't have you ever heard a black person licking the blood off a blade? You think that's something normal that black people say? Yeah, I'm a stab it and I'm gonna lick the blood off the blade. But this is how they want to portray Karmelo Anthony.
Stab somebody, I'm going to lick their blood off the blade. Prosecutors and defense attorneys were able to develop.
Listen, look at this. Look at this devil. This devil, he know what he said was BS through this entire video. He knew it. CBS know it. CBS know it. They had to make sure that they dedicated the rest of the video, because they had to tell you about Austin background so they can so it didn't seem like they was one-sided, but they one-sided here. It's clear. They spent 5 minutes on Karmelo Anthony. And this is mainstream media, by the way. This is a news network. But y'all believe them. Y'all don't know if this Karmelo Anthony phone. Y'all don't know if he's talking about his girlfriend. Y'all don't know nothing. These people didn't give you no context about nothing, but y'all believed it because you stupid. And this is how I know y'all dumb and ignorant. And they know you stupid too. Because they know that y'all wasn't going to read this part, family. They know that y'all wasn't going to read this. Notice is provided in part through screenshots of certain text message exchange. Certain, not all. The screenshots may include only. I want you to go out there and ask your other creators. I want you to ask the other creators, family, why they didn't read this out. When they was over here talking about, oh, Karmelo said he hate black women, he hate black people. Oh my God, he said this about black people. But why y'all didn't read this part? See, they told you they wasn't going to be honest by saying the screenshots may include only portions of the entire exchange. Now go to your other creators that y'all watch and tell them, hey, why you didn't say that the prosecution put this in a transcript saying that they not showing you the entire exchange. They only going to show you portions and certain text message and, not give you or provide you context about what this person said and leave it up to the public on interpretation. Why your black content creator ain't saying this? Huh? Why they not saying this? But they want to say, oh, Karmelo said this about black people. He said this about black women. Where he said it at? What proof you said? What proof you got? Show me the proof. Ticket TV bitch ass showing you chat GBT. That's what he's showing you. He not showing you no court document. These black content creators out here not showing you court documents. They're saying that, hey, this is Karmelo Anthony's phone. No, they are reading you what the prosecutor is saying and what CBS is saying. Not what the girlfriend is saying. But you dumb idiots believe it. Stupids. Just dumb. Had enough of you motherfuckers, man. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for y'all support. Just ignorant ass black folks out here. Believe anything. And I see how the mainstream media has been so successful at running propaganda. I see. Because it's so easy to manipulate you fools. I can show y'all some pictures of something that really don't say this, but I'm going to put my own interpretation on it, and you're going to run with it. Because I'm the mainstream media. I got the loudest voice. And we know how they get down, and y'all still believe it. Y'all still believe it. Dummies. Yeah, all that flip-flopping, I don't respect. You can have a difference in opinion. I'm not saying that. But all that flip-flopping with no evidence, no proof. These creators don't even got proof. They telling you what the prosecution is saying. The same prosecution that hid Austin Metcalf's background. The same prosecution that was accused of SAing 6 women down there and lied and said that they didn't do it. But they settled. They settled. Those are the devils you want me to believe? How about you show us Karmelo Anthony's phone? Show the people's, the whole entire text message thread, the names, the people involved. Don't give us portions. Give us the whole thing. You can't. Shout out to Terry for the $5 super chat. Didn't say nothing, just showing your boy some love. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Shout out to the family. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Thank you guys for being a voice for the family, for the team. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. I told you guys I didn't come here to play. I am the Black Assassin. I stand on business. You ain't just finna throw no CBS 7-minute video article in front of my face. You ain't finna have me believing no white lying devils down there and tell me what they saying is facts and truth, and you ain't gonna give me no hardcore proof, and I supposed to just sit on it. Man, you crazy. You out your mind. You out your mind. I'm the wrong one. You can't fool me. Shout out to SR coming in with the $10 super chat. Even if the text message was true about what Karmelo Anthony was saying, there is no evidence of him carrying out any violence against anyone. But that's the case with Austin Metcalf and Kaysen Allen. Absolutely. Absolutely, SR. You are 100% correct. Like I said, let's just run with their narrative that is true. There's no victims. There's no police report. None of that. None of that. But y'all believe them. Sad, man. Sad. Sad. Because they can go pull Karmelo Anthony's record, family. They can go pull his record. They can go pull his record. Free Karmelo Anthony, man. Free Karmelo Anthony until it's backwards. Free Karmelo Anthony until it's backwards. We got work to do, family. We got work to do. Rest in peace to Nolan Wells. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. I appreciate you guys. Oh, so she said the unknown direction label means the software could not determine whether Anthony sent the message or received it from someone. Unknown directions. Man, get the hell up out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. While you guys are heading out the building, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, family. And become a channel member, family. Support the work we got going on over here. Thank you guys so much. I love y'all. Until we meet again.